Boom. We're doing something a little different today. We're going to do a revisiting piece. We're revisiting this very beautiful handcrafted knife. Not handcrafted, but more machine crafted. Urban Supply EDC F5.5, designed by Jesper, a very, very well-known knife in the community. I already have a video of this, so that's why we're calling this a revisitation. This knife is on loan to me by a very good friend of mine, Golden State EDC. Go follow him. I will link his profile down below in the description. But I'll also link Urban Supply EDC. They have a titanium version of this available currently in a Segahaya pattern. Segahaya pattern, if you don't know, is a pattern similar to this wave. You can see these waves look like rainbows, but that's a Segahaya pattern. Titanium, you guys know what it is. And so yeah, the review I have of this knife is actually a staple for me in the most part. I feel like if you're a collector enthusiast, you need to get your hands on one of these. If it's not for you, that's fine, but you need to at least try it so you can kind of see more or less where you fall on. And the group of individuals that I'm in constant communication with, this is regarded as one of the most just top tier. If it's not A tier, then it's almost an S tier. In my own categorization, it's an S tier for me. The previous one that I owned was the same style, but in bronze Elmax. It looked the exact same, except the scales were bronze and the blade steel was Elmax. This one is in M390, which is a great stainless steel. This is a liner lock. The liner itself is stainless steel. No, titanium. But it couples, it like cups the blade tang right underneath it, so it couples the whole thing, which is great craftsmanship. You're not gonna wear it out too quickly over time. It has a titanium backspacer with a lanyard hole, a very deep pocket carry clip, but you still have this much hanging out of the pocket, enough to grab onto, which I enjoy. You can slow roll it out, designed for reverse flicking, I feel like. And then of course you can do the fancy like Spidey drop. Sorry, it's hard to do it whenever I'm actually like horizontal and not vertical. Let's see what else. You can thumb flick it, kind of. I don't like it. The thumb flicking is good on this one, and so is the thumb roll, slow roll, because it's not a frame lock, so it's not like you're putting any counter pressure on the lock, so that's good. The natural micarta on this one is very beautiful. I think Golden State EDC is the second owner, if I'm not mistaken. Another gentleman, Ezra, he owned it first. But look at how beautiful the patina is on this one. It almost looks red on the lock side, on the clip side. Nice and worn in. So this is what you can look forward to if you get a natural micarta version. Just the patina of it over time. The hardware on this one is in titanium. It's a T8 screw, and these are T8 screws going down here on the body as well. I think these are also T8 on the clip, so it's very easy to break down. However, it is a free spinning pivot, so you might have to have an extra T8 to help you capture and unscrew the pivots. Trying to think of what else. The M390 holds up very well. This is manufactured by a company called Riot. You usually get something like this, maybe a little sticker or two, and in this one he has an extra clip screw, two extra clip screws, which is good because you never want to strip out a clip screw if you can help it. They do come in these nice microfiber pouches with a canvas pouch. This is, so the compass is the logo for Urban Supply EDC. The bomb or whatever it is Voxnays, and so they kind of combine the two, so that's pretty cool. Action is good on this one. Whenever I got it, it was a little like loose, so I had to tighten up the screw just a little bit. I haven't sharpened it or anything, but like I said, I've used one of these enough to know what it's like taking down boxes, it needs to be mentioned, this knife was designed to be a sailor's knife. Whenever you're on a wet, salty vessel of some sort, wooden, I really don't know. You're on a deck and you're cutting rope, or you're cutting line, or you're cutting open food or something. I don't know. I'm a landlocked person. This is the perfect design because the ergonomics allow you to really just get a purchase on it. So that way it's not going to come flying out of your hand. And if it does, or if you fall, you yourself trip and fall, there's a very low risk of you piercing yourself, which might be a common issue in the sailing world. I'm not too sure. And so, yeah, perfect knife for that. And it's perfect for EDC. The transition is really good. It runs on bearings, so it's very fidgetable. Let's see, like I said, you can do this like little Spidey drop, which is a really fun way to do it and fidget with. Let's get a comparison of it next to another Riot made knife, the Peñamula. There you go, it is right there. We'll get it compared to a Spyderco Delica. As you can see, it's a little smaller, but it is a fat boy. When I had the bronze one, it definitely weighed a lot more. Let's see. Let's get it up next to a Demco 8020.5. So very small, nice. I think it's a sub 3-inch blade, so that's good for those of you who are into that or are forced to be into that. We'll check out a newcomer, the Ozark Trail shaft lock knife that they came out with. Relatively same sizes. If I get it down this way a little bit more, almost exactly the same. This little guy is going to be. And then we'll compare it to a Sharpie. In this case, it's a Milwaukee Marksaw Inksaw. So yeah, that's pretty cool. How about a Buck 110, or in this case, a K-Bar 110? Lockback style knife with bolsters, brass bolsters and stuff like that. Bronze, I don't know. So yeah, thank you, Golden, for sending this out to me, man. I really appreciate it, dude. You're a really good friend, and it's always nice to try something. I think I like the Micarta less than I like the bronze, but as far as functionality, the Micarta works because it does make it ever so lighter. Lighter by, I don't know, a few tenths of an ounce, hundredths of an ounce, but still, the balance is right where it needs to be, right behind the pivot on this one, and I think it was a little, let's see, more towards the pivot on the bronze. I can't remember, but it doesn't throw off the balance at all. There's no internal milling, and yeah, whenever you take apart, I haven't taken apart this one, it's my friend's, I didn't ask him, but I already know the construction of this knife. But when it comes to taking apart this knife, it's super easy. I would actually encourage you not to look at any of my disassemblies when it comes to this knife. Rather, go look at Knife Nerdery. Knife Nerdery has a great disassembly of his titanium Sega Haya pattern F5.5. Knife Nerdery here on YouTube. So yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate you for tuning into this video. As much as I can, I'll try to revisit some knives in different configurations. I don't want to, review the same knife over and over, but this way I can just revisit a classic, in my opinion, an A-tier pocket folding knife. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.